How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I'm coming from a different setting today, so I apologize if there are any weird noises or anything like that. Kind of just because of circumstances, I had to record in a different way and not on my microphone here today. I want to come with this video because there is a stock that I think is severely undervalued right now. It's at 3-month lows, and I have been averaging down in it. Now, this is one that you've probably heard of. It's probably one that you felt like you missed out on and that you've wanted to get into for a while. And before we even go into that, I know it's been a tough day in the market for a lot of people, people in the NASDAQ or in S&P 500. There was a little bit of green for the Dow. It's been down a little bit for SPACs, especially. It's been down a lot. A lot of the SPACs and the riskier investments, the biotech stocks have been down. But that's kind of to be expected because we've seen a lot of jumps in that market. So we fluctuate a lot more than the general market. So with that in mind, this company is a SPAC here today. It's moved down a lot. It's moved down a lot for the last couple days. And like I said, I've been averaging down, so I'll show you it here in just a second, kind of walk you through it. Before we do that, though, I want to ask, can you please hit the like button? Like I said, doing this away from the average setting for me, so no face cam or anything like that. Going to be a little bit different, but I wanted to record a video for you here today. Didn't want you guys to think I was leaving when the market turns red or anything like that. Also, if you guys want to hit subscribe, I appreciate that too. We do daily videos. Also, there is a link down there. So there are actually a couple links down there. There's one to BlockFi, and I actually have a good amount of money in BlockFi. So I have a good amount in Bitcoin and Ethereum compared to my portfolio and GUSD. So they pay an interest rate. It's 8.6% APY on GUSD. So that's kind of nice on weeks like this. Definitely check that out if you're interested. There's also a link down there to get 2 free stocks if you deposit $100 with WeBull. Also a link down there to M1 Finance if you want to start investing with them. I use them too. And then also a link down there to Patreon in case you're interested. So if you want to see exactly what I buy and sell and join 5,100 other people, there is a link down there to Patreon. I want to show you the stock that I think is severely undervalued right now, and that's SBE. So I was picking this up in the mid 28s. Now it's coming up a little bit, but you can still see it's down 12% on the day. Over the week, it is down significantly. This is one of my larger holdings. It's down 20% on the week. On the 1 month, it's down about 30%. And I realize some people are going to say, oh man, that stinks. You're down so much. But I am actually happy with this because I'm picking up more shares. I'm glad to see it. We haven't seen prices in the 28s since the end of November, middle to end actually. You can see here it went up so quickly. It went up about 73% in a few days. We have not seen prices this low since then. So I've been picking up more shares. Now, recently, they just announced something. So they just announced the approval of the combination with ChargePoint. They're assuming the stock ticker will change on March 1, and it will be CHPT. So don't be surprised if and when that happens. But that's something that's good. That means that this is definitely ChargePoint that we're getting investors approved in, everything like that. Now, why would you choose ChargePoint at this point? Well, first of all, it's pretty well beaten down. So I'll show it here in a second, the valuation. But what I really like is the fact that they have been working with so many customers, so many important companies. Thousands of brands choose them. You can see some of them here. 3M, Daimler, GM, Microsoft, Pixar, Salesforce, Rolls-Royce, USC. There are just a bunch of companies. And I realize some people say, oh, well, why not pick a smaller company that's not valued as high because maybe they can grow exposure to more companies. And I understand that. But there's a reason ChargePoint is the leader. There's a reason that people are picking them as opposed to everyone else. And I don't think it's just that they've been around longer or anything like that. I think it's because they have a superior product or they price it superiorly or just they're just better. People are choosing them for a reason. You can see that customers consistently put more and more money towards them as time goes on. Top 25 customers went from 5 million in the first quarter and up this 13x in 12 quarters. So in 3 years, they've increased their spending. The Fortune 50 companies' annual spend has gone up significantly too. You can just see people want to continue working with them and continue to build out their platform. Now, ChargePoint also has recurring revenue. I mean, a lot of these companies do, but you can see about half of it's upfront, so nice cash payment upfront, and then reoccurring is about 49% of it. Some of it's from software, some of it's from Assure revenue. Now, the reason that I like them so much, like I said, is because they have such a big market share. They're 7 times bigger than the next competitor, and I think that that just speaks volumes. So, in my mind, I think that they are going to be one of the best companies to hold in this EV craze. With all these different EV companies blowing up, they need a charge somewhere. And I think ChargePoint is the way to go. Now, this is just my opinion. Of course, you can do your own research on it, do your own due diligence. But I like what they bring to the table. I like the fact that they own so much of the market. They're so much larger than all these other companies. And I might have a company here or there that's in quick charging or something like that. But most of my money is going to ChargePoint in the charging space, and that's the way that's always been. Now you can see how many ports that they're shipping annually. Part of this was due to the pandemic. They stayed about the same, but they expect this to continue to go up. You can see the revenue. They already have over $100 million worth of revenue in 2019 and 2020, and they're expecting this to go up to over 2,000 by 2026. You can see that they're expecting $2 billion worth of revenue, but that's a 60% compounded annual growth rate still. This last year, it's a little bit lower than that, but right now, the enterprise value is 2.4, sitting at 30. It's around a $7.2 billion valuation. I think that this has room to grow. I think it will continue to move up as time goes on, and you have to realize this is before this company is really public. I mean, they're being taken public, but they still haven't had a bunch of good news. They haven't had much. I looked on their website and they had nothing. They had no news in in 2020 or 21 except for the fact that they were going public and that they closed this just a few days ago. They closed the vote. I think that this presents a really interesting value because we have not seen values this low in a long time. I was telling my Patreon group, hey, I'm picking up more shares. I told them when it went under 30, then when it went to 28.50, I picked up more shares, and now it's actually going up. This was not planned or anything like that, but in case you guys do want to join the Patreon, I told them I was picking up more shares at 28.50. It did dip a little bit more after that, but now it's up 8.5% since then. So I think that this was a steal. I think this was a time to buy in. I still think it's good where it is now. Like if you can pick it up under 35, I think it's a pretty good value. You can see that again, it hasn't been under 35 except for the last couple days in quite a while. So I want to hear your opinions. Do you think now is a good time to buy in to switch back? Do you think now is a steal? I personally think that this was the play of the day today. I think that we did really well with this, but I want to hear your opinions. If you guys want to check out the links down below, I appreciate that. If you want some free money, and if you guys want to see my video from yesterday, I'll put it up here on the end screen. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.